this is the presentation outline. Look at our introduction, structure of the assembly system, concept of communication, effective communication, steps in effective communication, communication for influence, keys for marketing or brand, effective platform for communication. These are the things we're looking at. So, yes, of course. So, local governance. We'll be hearing it. What's local governance? Local governance. That's on the board. Local governance in Ghana has a long history. We all know when they say colonialism, before Ghana came to be, happening to Ghana, 50 million people are the young age of the I thought, no, man, maybe the one time of gold, not so nine, I could go out to call, and then have to joy. You know me that down. Hey, I didn't know, you go over to. Literally, as you, I'm over local governance. A council. You know, say council, which is very now decision making. But they learn me know really way. You for your cover, who to Bisaka, Equela, Yahweh. So, after independence, certain governments implemented various forms of decentralization and local government policies. However, the kind decentralization policy was initiated in 1988. Just 1988. I don't want to believe some of you. Okay, I don't want to challenge. The age group here is well. So the kind of decentralization. So that you can now see the process by which authority, responsibility, power, resources and accountability are transferred from the central level of government to the local levels. So who constitutes the central level of government? They call it German. Let's interact. Which people constitute the central government? Yes. The president, yes, the secretaries. So you want to decentralize. So in the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution, Section 2 of Article 240, Parliament shall enact appropriate laws to ensure that functioning powers, responsibilities, and resources are all times transferred from central government to the government units in coordinated manner. The word that we must put at the back of a coordinated manner. So that is where we are. How was the coordination done before we are here? Also trying to be part of governance. We have missed a coordination. So the Parliament has the responsibility to enact laws. So there are acts, various acts that governs the local governance structure. So the decentralization structure is such that from the central government you have an intermediary. Amelo to central government, and then you will see allow policy to implement no have intermediary. Who are the intermediary? And regional community council. Are we all on the same length? Regional community council. Then you have the 4-tier metropolitan assembly, the 3-tier municipal or district assembly, urban or town or area or zonal council, and unit committees. I want to quickly move to the organogram so that we can explain further what all these rules are, where you are itching to go and serve. So as I said, regional community council. But what constitutes the regional community council? Me I say, VRCC. So you go to VRCC, you see people at VRCC. So in your mind, this way on the VRCC are. They're going to VRCC. The real VRCC, the real VRCC. Voter regional community council. Original community council. Tamachinami. The regional community council. Those who constitute the regional community council. That one here, the regional minister, the deputies, okay, presiding members across the region, all presiding members, and 2 chiefs from the House of Chiefs, regional House of Chiefs. These are the people who constitute the regional community council. So when you go to the regional community and the PRC, all the people they are technocrats, they are the one helping. So that's the high decision making body of the region. This group of people, I said what? The regional minister and his deputies, what the presiding members, and then what 2 chiefs from Yahweh constitute regional community council. Over office, what I feel, okay, Yahweh 9, technocrat. So as you have in the district assembly, you have planning department, there's planning there. The works, there are people who are in charge. There's the directors, you have. So Yahweh technocrats are coming to help this people build the region. He said, oh man, Yahweh is telling you to region. The only ceremony, see the structure. So that's the regional community council. That's what they serve as intermediary. Then when I was talking about metropolitan assemblies, I said 4th year. Before, what constitutes a metropolitan assembly? Every metropolitan assembly, at least you must have a population less than 120,000. Otherwise, I'm okay, you. So we are not up to 120,000. So we are not metropolitan. So what? We are 95,000 and above. So when you are 95,000 and above, then you qualify to become a municipal assembly. So from there, then we have the district assembly. So 75,000. Then that population is enough to be called district assembly. Revenue second one. So that is it. Then we come to when under metropolitan we have sub-metropolitan district councils. These are units that are created. For example, whichever will qualify as a metropolitan, then okay, whole zone, as a sub-metro. That will create to sub-metro. Then as a Okakwe, Okakwe sub-metro, Ablakumia sub-metro. So it's created. They are units that are created. Mr. Gomani. But when it comes to the municipal, we have the town councils, we have the zonal councils, urban town and area councils. This level, they all have the same powers, but pointing to one direction, unit committee members. Now the question that we all constitute the zonal council, the town councils, unit committee members, and then assembly members. They all constitute the zonal councils, the town councils, and then the urban town or area councils. But they are applicable in various ones. When you go to the metropolitan, we call them town council. When it comes to zonal councils, when it comes to municipal, we call them zonal council. So here in Ho Municipal, we have Ho Zonal Council. We have Sokole Zonal Council. We have Dutasos Zonal Council. Opeta Zonal Council. And then Novisi Zonal Council. Okay. However, how constitution, law constitute. Firstly, they all have the same law that constitute them. And at the zonal councils, there's one thing I want to talk about. So the constitution said that at the zonal council level, we need 5 elected assembly members. 5 elected assembly members and 10 unit committee members. So for example, we have 12 different electoral areas. So we need 5 assembly members out of the 12 electoral areas. Then every unit committee we have 5 each, is that not it? So unit committees we need 10, at least 10 to add to the 15 to constitute the zonal council. You know, sir? Okay, this is it. If you go to areas that don't have 5 electoral areas, for example, we go to Sokole Zonal Council, we have 3 elected electoral areas. So automatically, they have to then come to the unit committees. That's 15. So they must get 10. How are these 10 brought on board. It must be election from the electoral commission. They will come and then do elections. But the question is that oftentimes is those things are they done? That's another question. Some assemblies observe that, some don't. They will cite issues of cost and the rest. But this is how it's supposed to be. 10 to add up to the 5. Then you get the zonal council chairman. The zonal council chairman. That must come out of elected assembly members, of which I'm proud to be once upon a time the zonal council chairman of the whole zonal council. So these are the acts, the main texts relating to local governance. We have so many acts that govern the local governance systems, national development planning, Institute of Local Government Studies, Internal Audit Agency, local governance instruments. Move on. Yes, I talk about the acts. Local Government Act 2016 Act 936. Public Financial Management Act. The Public Financial Management Act is one of the most powerful acts that governs local governance. It's the second most important law in this country after the Constitution. So all these laws, they are subject to the Public Financial Management Act. So under this law, the functions to transfer have been identified. The LI established HDA also special functions transferred include that of sub-modules. So we come to the structure of the assembly. So here in the assembly, what is the assembly? What constitutes the assembly? I'm not going to tell you, come assembly. You know, say, hello. Let me call you assembly. Assembly, hello? Yeah. So, you help me. Any ideas?
We have assembly, elected assembly.
Good.
Parliamentary member.
Yeah.
Youth representatives appointed. Those are appointed by the government. Then chiefs. Chiefs from the.
Okay. That's good. That's a nice one. Anybody else here? Someone to help me?
The assembly is made up of elected members.
Yeah.
Then there's a 30% of that elected members that's appointed by the government.
Yeah.
That 30% goes to identifiable groups,
Yeah.
chiefs, youth, disability organization, the minority groups are also reflected in that. And also expertise are also reflected in that 30% appointees. They constitute the assembly, the member of parliament, the official member, the DC or the NC also part as well.
For cruising in that. You know this in that. So apparently that is it. We have elected assembly members. They form the 2/3 of the assembly, or 70%, 75%. 70% of the assembly, 2/3. And you have 1/3 government appointees, reflecting various areas. You know, unions, transport union, chiefs, our colleagues, disability friendly. All those things are part to form the 1/3 that will be appointed by the government, making it 100%. And then inclusive is the chief executive and the member of parliament that has no voting rights, an ex-official member. Okay, so they constitute the assembly, and that's the high decision-making body. I talk about regional coordinating council, the high decision-making body. Here, these are the people that make decisions at the local MMD. Then, at the assembly level are 2 committees. And when there are committees and then subcommittees, so you pay attention. 2 committees. You have the Public Relations and Campaign Committee, headed by the presiding member. This is where at the General Assembly level, the presiding member is the one heading the General Assembly. So when you listen to the person that opened the show, he said, at that level, everybody must be subjected to the authority of the assembly, led by the presiding member. Here, then you have Public Relations and Campaign Committee. This committee is one of the most relevant committees of the assembly. They educate the public. Never all take decision in the general assembly for public relation and complaint committee. We call it PRCC. They are one of their key responsibilities that they go out and meet and do town hall meeting and tell, okay, this is the decision of the assembly. For example, at our last general assembly meeting, there was a decision about how we want everybody to get involved in communal labor. So how do we strategize? The strategy is that, okay, now, nice. If nana jọrọ ẹjìnlẹ̀fẹ̀tọ̀ amẹ̀lẹ́kùn àpọ̀ ẹ̀fà Ho Municipal Assembly ẹ̀dí àgbọ̀ pẹ́ẹ́mìtì gbọ́n wà gbogbo àlọ́ rẹ̀ assembly member kọ́lẹ́ fìyà kìkẹ́ fìkẹ́ rẹ̀ ìjọba ètò àwọn assembly member àdàsí àgbà asan lọ́wọ́ yóò nyàwẹ̀ ẹ̀nyàwẹ̀ ẹ̀dí ẹ̀tsọ́ rẹ̀ jùdọ́ ọwọ́ mi ẹ̀fìyà àkọ́lẹ́jì àpò àtọ́wọ́ assembly lẹ́nu àná pẹ́ẹ́mìtì. Because you like you all, and the same out of the ego, we be when we say okay, we are calling for communal labor, we want to do clean up exercise. A lot of you here, I want to believe because you want to lead us, you are quite concerned about most part. I like this guy. I go woman, much of the telephone. What do you do? That means was select in your town get where at the right time. Alabe nenyanen bomo le fi unya be communal labor come out kula mam le ka jona na do go me berka be ni le to ra be e fi ya ata sha gban tena abe maybe no nye ago brother wa who get it je put up go mi le go ni an lo ke e je na approval then mo le ji ire am se ma so de me no me na approval so mata wo ke ja wa ta. Now we are taking that decision. That decision now comes to PRCC to go out and then educate the public about the decision Assembly has taken. That is one of the role of the Public Relation and Complaint Committee. And the next one is we investigate issues, property and accountability is on the lap of the Public Relation and Complaint Committee. And the Public Relation and Complaint Committee, the chairman is the presiding member. People say he's a judge. I've not seen anything I'm a judge in the art, so I prefer to say I am the chairman. So, but the members of this committee must come to 5 assembly members. It's a committee. 5 assembly members, National Commission of Civil Education, a member from SHRAJ, and 1 other member from NSCSO that is local government related. Mr. Goma. Committee, this particular committee, Public Relation and Complaint Committee, that is headed by the presiding member. These are the people who constitute it. So if, let's assume you have an issue and it's reported to the assembly, you realize that no, this issue must be dealt with by the Public Relation and Complaint Committee. These are the body that my little brother is part of that committee. So we sit and then dealt with issues or agreed over issues at that point. So that is a committee. So under the General Assembly is Executive Committee, headed by whom? Executive Committee. That is where the Chief Executive or the Chief Executive operates from. And this Executive Committee, the Constitution is such that all, I will talk now about subcommittee, but all chairmen of this statutory subcommittee, we call them Services Development Subcommittee, Social Service Subcommittee, Work Subcommittee, Finance and Administration, Justice Security. These 5 must have chairman. Now, all these chairmen are the ones that constitute the Executive Committee, with the Director of the Assembly, who serves as the Secretary of the Assembly. When you come to Assembly, director, it's also, you can also call secretary. He's also the Secretary of the Municipal Assembly. So you come to Assembly, I'm looking for director. And you go say, I'm looking for Secretary of the Assembly. And then the chairman there is the MCE. So when we take decision at General Assembly, these people, they execute the resolution. Because we resolve, they must make sure that it's implemented. Executive Committee of Assembly. Okay? That is how these two committees are. So when you look at the organogram, you see these are sub-committees. They are sub-committees of the executive committee. It's the executive committee that gave them to these committees, sub-committees. Are we on the same level? Yeah. Are we on the same level? Good. The development sub-committee. Now let's talk about what are the role of the sub-committees. Look at the role of the sub-committee. They are supposed to support or assist the executive committee in collecting views, opinions at their various areas. So, for example, when you are talking about the Western Committee, when it comes to development in a municipality, if you are a member of that committee, then you look at maybe there's a need for a council block to be put up at Tomokoi. Then that committee now sits and deliberate and then push. So if you are a Senate member and you become part of that committee, at that committee sitting, these are the kind of agenda you push. But how do you become a member of that committee? If you are, the placement of assembly members at the various subcommittee is done by the leadership executive in consultation with the director of the assembly or the secretary of the assembly. The name of assembly people are any assembly member. Yes, all we need is that tell us your expertise, because one key thing about assembly member is that you must come and express your expertise at assembly. You are an accountant, so tell us by your CBO, I am an accountant. Then the secretary looks at all members over CV. Then realize they place you at various subcommittee. So you can choose that, okay, I want to be a finance and administration. When they look at your background and realize that no, that place you may not be able to function, they will put you at various subcommittee. But each member must belong to a standing committee. Because you said, you see that there are 6, like we say, others. Why I agree, tourism, education, and the rest. That is the discretion of assembly to equally form, because the most important one are these 5. And they can only present at executive committee. And 2 other women that would tell the assembly, the general assembly, okay, this woman, we think she's doing so well, let us push her. Maybe a member will nominate and then will vote that she should represent. So we can 7 assembly members at the executive committee. Are we if you are really confused, just let me know so that you ask questions and I will go with it. Yeah.
Yes. So even though I'm an MC, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So like you said, 2 other women. Is it because the de facto thing to do is to elect men as chairman of the subcommittees?
No. What? No. You see, oftentimes you see the number of how many men do you have here? So let me give you a practical example. Oftentimes, they just drive this effort to make sure women are on board in decision making. You know that. So you realize they are equally trying to create rules that if society is not allowing them to, there must be some strategy to also make them to be on board. I hope you are getting me. So they are emphatic too, because it's obvious that you come to assembly, to assembly, the development committee is headed by, the chairman is headed by a male, social service subcommittee a male, West subcommittee male, finance administration male, justice security male. Imagine. So if they should just stick to the 5, you may find out that no woman is at the executive. So this is an opportunity for them. So definitely you see a woman representing the executive committee. I hope we are there. So that's the strategy adopted by local government expertise. So this is I think I've answered the question. Now with these subcommittees, I said it, you are supposed to assist. You are supposed to assist the executive committee by what? Collecting views at the various areas. When it comes to finance, issues of revenue, subcommittee, work subcommittee, when there's a development going on, there are defects on the development. Maybe the market that is being put up, they will go and do inspection and look at the gate and see whether there are some defects, whether they are doing to that committee. When you go social service, this issue of gender, okay, gender issues. I'm just giving an example. Justice and security issues in the municipality. You have to look. Now we have issues that people taking. I understand there are some drugs that are in the system. You know the easy crowd. Even physics crowd. I understand people. Is that it? Physics. The dry one. Yeah, of course. We hear a lot too. Drama and right now, they are not babies. I realize this people don't push or those one are this anger. Okay, so this is it. I want to believe where we are, at least we are catch up. So we are coming to the assembly system. One thing, I said it, is when you are a unit committee member, you're definitely going to be member of one of these committees. But these committees are found at the zonal council level, and there are only two committees. We have the social service subcommittee, work subcommittee, okay, and then finance administration. These are the only two committees that are at the zonal council level. So every unit committee member definitely will serve in one of these committees. Every assembly member will at least serve in one of these committees. I will be there. So I said you are supposed to assist. So we are going to do a small exercise within 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. So you are in Ho Municipal, okay? Just look at just one thing and give me a recommendation. Quickly and write, okay, this area of revenue, we think there must be something, then put a recommendation. Which one is it? Justice, security issues. So we look at Ho Municipal. Now we want to get involved into local government. The way how we take from the bottom up approach, how the issue gets to executive committee from the implementation. That's what we want to achieve. So let's see how so which committee, development planning, to look at what so quickly, and then give me a recommendation. Write your recommendation quickly on your part. We'll be going to the realm of communication. So now you are going to communicate your recommendation. It should be precise, concrete. Already? So group 1, chairperson. Group 1, where's the chairperson? Yeah, okay. Okay, if you're not ready, we can move to group 2. Chairperson of group 2. Please give an honorable. Yeah, are you ready? No, group 2. Honorable, yes. Please add honorable for the purpose of the add honorable to your names. Yeah. You are honorable. Please go with you.
Honorable Maria.
Good.
And then we are from the planning committee. Our recommendation is the provision of more stock free to care the issue of flooding within the municipality.
Storm drain to care the flooding. That you are doing planning, right?
Yes.
Storm drain to care flooding. Okay. So what is the issue and what are you recommending to the executive committee?
The issue with the recent flooding in
The recent flooding in
that's the problem.
yeah.
If we had more drains within the municipality, I think that wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
But because we didn't have it, as a planning committee, we believe that if these measures are put in place, there wouldn't be any problem of flooding in the near future.
Okay. All right. That's nice. That's the recommendation from development planning subcommittee. So they have identified drain. They want more drains so that to keep flooding in the municipality. So they are recommending to the executive committee. Now group 1, are we coming now? Well, thank you very much, Honorable
Idea.
Honorable Maria. Next, Honorable yes.
Honorable Charlotte.
Honorable Charlotte. What? Honorable Salabohi.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, we've identified three problems.
Okay.
And,
You needed more people. Okay.
and one has to do with the street light system.
Street lights. Okay.
Yes. And violation of human rights.
Okay.
And then theft and drug abuse. Yes. And solutions are for the assembly to sensitize the public and also monitor the works of the social welfare
Okay.
in relation to the violation of human rights, to
Okay.
actually help people to come out to talk about those things.
Alright.
And then the street lights, we're thinking of helping the security, the army, the force to so you provide them with the resources to actually help us.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. That's good. Oh, I want yeah. Oh. You didn't do it for good too. Honorable. They should give you a year now. And everybody. So give them 1 year. That's good. Now, group 3. Group 3. What have you identified in your recommendations? Group 3. Honorable, yes.
Honorable Rejoice, Rejoice Afu.
Honorable Rejoice Afu. Afu. From which area? Okay, you continue.
Okay, we are the social service staff,
Okay.
and the problem we identified is corruption among security service, especially the police. We identified that the keke drivers, most of them in town don't have the required license to operate,
Yeah.
but we find them everywhere, and they pose major problems to us. They cause a lot of accidents on our roads, and we don't even have the insurance to take care of the victims. So that's the problem we identified. And the major contributor to this is the police. They don't do their job.
Okay.
So we want to recommend that we pay more attention to the security
Pay
service
more attention to the security service.
Yes.
Recommendation.
and curb the corruption. They should stop taking the 5-5
We know the amount.
I think that's good. Let's give her a yay. Okay, good. Let's have the next committee, group 4.
Okay. Group 4. Lumo. Honorable Lumo Agbe. Okay, we took the work subcommittee.
Yeah.
And the problem we identified is the YMCA bridge constructed near the access banks.
Yeah.
We realized that the tunnels are not big enough to allow free flow of water. So we are recommending for the reconstruction of that bridge to prevent what happened the last time. Thank you.
Alright, that's good. Yeah. We actually don't call for it. If the person lands, all we need is that give that respect. Let's do it once now. Good. So, group 5. Yeah. Honorable Doris Aminu. Doris Aminu, okay. Yeah. Subcommittee. Yeah.
So we are targeting on how businesses
Yeah.
So we've come up with some good recommendations.
Let the mic be sit to the mic here.
So we want the assembly to invest into small scale businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And also they should support youth in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, when those businesses become big, they can go out and take taxes from them.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that is good. Please do it for yourself. No, other members. In the house, you know. So this for yourself. Yeah. Good. So these are nice. I'm happy. The recommendations are good.
When I was making my submissions, I forgot about the street light. That was my first
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
I forgot to
capturing
add
this.
that you have
Okay, you. What do you want
yeah,
to
so
do?
you should provide street lights on
Street lights
the and
on.
then
Okay.
night patrol system.
Night patrol.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. So all of them, I think these recommendations are good, explicit, stated. So what do we do now? We are not at the adoption stage. So we collect all these recommendations now to executive committee. I said they are supposed to do assist the executive committee. Is that not it? So all these opinion views at all these various areas, we now collect them. And then we submit them to the executive committee. Headed by who? Headed by who? MC. He is the chairman of the executive committee. Then they will look at it and deliberate on it. Your chairman, your vice chairman will listen to the chairpersons, will listen to the executive committee and defend your recommendations. Okay, why they think the General Assembly should look at that recommendation and make it part of the resolution at the General Assembly. And one thing I must say, at the General Assembly level, the presiding member presides over the General Assembly. Is that not what I said? But he's not a member of any of this committee. So you do it at your own level. Unless it becomes so much necessary or so much important, you invite the presiding member to the subcommittee to give an opinion on some of the issues to help. Okay? But this is it. So all these recommendations, many of those executive committee go back. Chief executive I say, now, and okay, listen. Fifth heading, be at the maison. At that level, you all know the recommendation from each of the community. You are from different committees. Let's go. That if you adopt the number, the Lawrence committee told me, oh, this is the recommendation coming from Justice and Security. Then you also add your voice now. Okay, they recommend Justice and Security. The other committee members were not there. Now at that level, you have add your voice. And then after we now move the motion and adopt and remember, okay, not for demo. Then at that level, when immediately we adopt, I will look for them. Perceive, but now example, perceive the Israel at the municipality, then assume and coming back to the chief executive and executive committee, making sure the head of department begins to implement all that you have said. See, that's how the whole thing is. I'm not going to remember there. The committee, hold this case. Home, but no, for the crowd. I can go to around to I can go back. I the chief executive go. After I have got this on, after me I go them. After me I feel like that's it. Anything at all that concerns the municipality, that's the journey. I'm not going to the very earlier.
Can you please repeat what you just said in English?
Okay. So these recommendations from the various subcommittees, we now take them, collate them, and then send them to. But let me quickly add this. We have departments, your department, and development planning subcommittee. The head is the planner. Okay, the planning officer. They are the secretaries of the various subcommittees. When we come to finance, we have the MFO. When we come to social service, we have social service department. When we come to works, you have West department. The head or the various directors at all these levels are the secretary to the various subcommittees. So they will be part of the meeting. They will put their recommendations together and send them to executive committee. Because the heads, they are equally part of the executive committee. Okay, but they don't have voting rights. Now, at that level, when the package, the discussion that they have, the package, the very recommendation, the one that they think that is ready, they will now bring them to the General Assembly, where the presiding member now preside, open the whole recommendation to a debate for members to also add their voice and see whether indeed it is feasible for the municipality. We can implement these recommendations. And after the recommendation, we now adopt the recommendation or in other words, disallow the recommendations as a house. I hope you are there. Yes. So these are how the various structures work. And if you have some questions, you can really ask, and then we'll move on. Yeah.
To find out, during the subcommittee meetings, where the technocrats and then the committee members meet, when they are discussing their programs or their recommendations, is there any way a voting process takes place to take the issues according to merit, the one that comes first or that is of much of priority to them, as voting takes place during that committee?
Yes, voting does take place. You can put the issue to vote. You can put the issue to vote. But this is what happens. We often say the law is here, so we are casting the chairman of that committee have a casting vote. When we come to General Assembly, they say you have a casting vote. What happens is that you put the issue to vote. Your members and the chairman, you are not the first to cast your vote. You don't participate in the voting process. You allow members to vote or the committee to vote. If there's a tie, let's assume you have a committee, maybe 7-member committee. So we say, okay, this recommendation that access bank, the drain there must be reconstructed. If you want that particular drain to be reconstructed, that particular drain to be reconstructed, members will know you don't want it. Let's go to my legal department to come and do it. Oh, let the assembly do it. Then it becomes a debate before the committee, the subcommittee. So the chairman can say, okay, let's put this to a vote. So now we are 7 members. The chairman will allow you to partake in the voting process. If there's a tie, when I say tie, meaning let's assume those who are for are 3, those who are against are equally 3. Then the chairman now will have the discretion to also vote. Maybe he thinks that there's a need for us to control the thing, and assembly should be the one doing that. Then you vote for that to be done. And so that is when you come as the chairman. Equally at the General Assembly level, that is where the presiding member that's when you allow members to vote. After voting, there is a tie, then the presiding member now have a voting right. So oftentimes that's why we say the presiding has a casting vote. When the lawyers are here, you choose our word carefully. So basically that is it. Any other question? Yes. Members here present. Any other question? So let me add that there are 3 different functions that we perform as a house. We perform legislative function. You know, in legislation, we go to parliament, what happens? There are debates, right? Now that's the legislative function. So when these issues come to the floor, then there's debate. I am for, I am against. And you see oral magnopansa rising to record some people are not really there. rising on his feet to challenge members who are not doing things in accordance with law, according to the standing orders. Now I mentioned standing orders, so I want to deal with the standing orders. All this one shall be part of the discussion. But there is what we have the model standing orders. A member who asks question concerning the chairman of a committee. The rules that the chairman applies at the subcommittee are the model standing orders. It's the same that's applied to the chief executive, applied to the presiding member. Okay, so those provisions give you the way to conduct your meeting. Okay, the various provisions in there. If you realize that the member is going astray, there are provisions in there that helps you to correct that member. Okay, for example, if you come to that meeting, it's not allowed for you to be looking on your phone as an honorable member. The member can rise and say that look, this member is distracting everything, is looking on his phone, and that is not allowed. You cannot read newspapers at our meetings. It's not allowed. It's in the standing orders. Okay, if you want to raise an issue, you have to rise. You don't raise up your hand at the assembly meeting. Especially at general assembly meetings. But when you are at the committee meeting, it's around people, so that one is allowed. You need not to rise. I want to believe when you go to parliament, when it comes to the various committees, at the floor of the house, you see them rising. But when they go to their various committee, that place is not, that particular portion of the time is not applicable. Okay? So that is it. Those they give you how to conduct, the standing orders give you the opportunity to conduct a meeting in sound smooth. I hope you are there. So yeah.